Hi everyone, it's Irit with another layout, and this is a mixed media layout. I did this in, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, I think over a week or something like that, because a lot of things had to dry and I did a lot of things like at night, and my craft room is right next to my daughter's room and I didn't want to use the heat tool because I was worried it would wake her up. So there are a lot of details here and a lot of stages here, and because my video freezes when I talk, I might not get to explain everything. So please, if you have questions or something is unclear or you're wondering about something, just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer. I started with a piece of cardstock from the May Scraptastic kit. I wanted a little bit of the yellow to show, so there's really like a couple of millimeters showing around the edge, and I gessoed it, and I knew which photo I wanted to use, and I knew the title. So I took like a few letters, some of them are from like different Scraptastic kits, and then the night, that pink letter stickers are from my stash. And at the beginning I tried to adhere them while I was applying the gesso, but because they are so thick, that technique, or I don't know, way of adhering things works really well with papers, like papers or die cuts or that sort of thing, but the letters are a bit two-dimensional and it was just like a big mess. So I waited for the gesso to dry and then I glued the letters on, and then I went with gesso over them so I would have a prepped surface. And okay, wait, I have to stop and see where the video is. Okay, sorry about that. So I am using a spatula to apply some color, and I'm using the Lindy Stamp Gang flat shots, and the colors are from the one of the newer collections. It's called something French, Très Chic, and I have a few of the flat shots, and for some reason the more pastel-y ones from the Très Chic collection, when I added the gel medium, I got a consistency of, they are like really firm, so really so textured, it's really like modeling paste. They hold their shape beautifully, and so I'm just using it to my advantage and creating this lovely texture with the paint. So at the beginning I just created some, just with a spatula went over the page, and then I used a stencil and added some mists, again from the same collection, and then I used another stencil and added the flat shots, kind of like molding paste or modeling paste. And I have a few issues with mixed media pages, and I'm just usually talking about my pages, but also other ones that I see. Sometimes I have the feeling like you cover a lot of what you create, and while that there's nothing wrong with it, but sometimes it's just a pity, but it's also a really great way to experiment with things. And I think in this particular layout, even though the final look is very, very different from what you see at this point, I don't think I would have achieved that interesting layered look without all these layers. I think another interesting thing about mixed media, or one of the challenges is mixed media layouts, is when to stop. And I think you can get beautiful, beautiful pages and backgrounds with a very minimalistic style. So for example, if you stopped, on this page, if I stopped after the first application of the color with the spatula, I think that would have been a great background. But I find it hard to stop myself, also because I have so many lovely products that I really want to play with. Then I want to add more and more, and also play more and get like this feeling that I'm using my supplies. So I used a lot of stuff on that page. But I think, you know, if this is like way too messy for you or colorful, you could really just do one thing, you know, just put some paint on the background, or just use a stencil and some mists and that sort of thing. Yeah, but I like to play, so I really added lots of stuff. And I think also the nice thing about the videos is that I really get to see my process, like myself. And many times I would say, I hope that doesn't sound like too arrogant, but I look at the layout in the early stages, and on the screen I think it looks a lot better than I actually thought it did in reality. And I'm like, wow, that looks good. So I also really learn from watching myself and watching like how I played with the colors, and I see, oh, those 2 or 3 colors looked really great, and I should do a page just with them. So that's, I think, another fun thing about just playing with your products and playing with color. So I added some sprays and kind of let them drip. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the Lindy Stamp Gang sprays are permanent once they dry. I think so. I don't know. I have the feeling like on my page it mostly was like that. So those drips like stayed. You can see them even through the layers of watercolor that I added on top of it. So I was kind of looking at the page after I added like the pink sprays, and I thought it was kind of pale, and I just didn't really love that whole pale thing, but still colorful. I think it would have really looked great just with the yellow and the mint, like at the beginning. But adding the pink, it just wasn't working for me. So I grabbed my Peerless watercolors, and I just added a lot of color in many stages, using lots of water and just letting the watercolor do their thing. And slowly I just added more color, and the page just became more colorful and more bright and more cheery, and it just felt more like me. So yeah, and after adding the Peerless watercolors, I also added some of the Flat Fabios, the Lindy Stamp Gang matte sprays, because the colors are really bright, and basically you can use them, especially in this way, you can use them exactly like you would use watercolors. So just, you know, different colors, different shades. I tried to keep it in the same area, kind of, you know, the areas with the yellows and areas with the oranges and pinks and turquoise and purples, and just added a little bit here, a little bit there, a lot here, a lot there, just playing with it and having fun. And the photo I'm going to use is a photo of our mobile home or caravan or camper van or whatever you call it. And it was like the first night that we spent in it. And we found this lovely camping ground that was kind of, you know, on the edge of a forest, and if you crossed the street and walked for a few minutes, there was like a lake there, and it was just lovely. And because it was kind of off season, there were still people, but not a lot, which is what we like. So antisocial us. so it was really, really lovely and quiet, and yeah, we just felt good, and we got um, adjusted quite fast, even though, some things we're still not sure how they work because it's a very old caravan, mobile home, and yeah, we thought we were clever enough to figure it out and not ask all the details from the seller, but surprise, surprise, we're not. So we're still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I took the photo and I edited it with RadLab, which is kind of a program that is installed into my Photoshop. And I added some filters to make it look kind of vintagey, because the camper van is really old. I think it's like 90 or 91, something like that. I made the photo, I think, more look like 70s style, but I think it works because the thing has like this, I don't know, old style look to it. Yeah, and so I think it really, the colors in the photo are quite monochromatic, so I felt like I could go a bit crazier with the background. And what else did I do? I used this is kind of what is this thing called? It's called Inca Gold Metallic Rub. It's from Viva, and I picked it up when I was in the States, I think in Joann's or something. And I think it's made out of like beeswax, I want to say. Yeah, contains beeswax and water-based, easy cleanup. And I just put some on my finger. It has a very interesting texture, so kind of like creamy, waxy thing, and rubbed it on the letters just to help them like pop out a bit. And I also used it later when I added some pieces of paper. I just went around the paper with the gold, and I used my finger, which was brave and stupid because I'm the type of person who would get like a paper cut in 2 seconds doing that, but I don't know, somehow this time I got away with it. But I would suggest using like a sponge or something like that, and not your finger, because especially if you're accident prone like me. So then it was time. I decided I was done with the background. I thought I would not abuse the paper more. I think it carries already like half a liter of watercolor and mists and whatever. And then it came to the challenging part of searching for papers and other like ready-made products that would coordinate with this huge mess that I've created. And I was just looking through my papers, and I actually found kind of a forgotten 6x6 pad. It's the Amy Tan Yes Please, I think, which was a really, really fun, colorful collection. And I'm really surprised that I didn't use that pad like more. I think I've used only a few sheets from it, so that was like really a happy discovery, and the colors looked great. So I just cut out like a few of the papers and a few of the cutout sheets, and just cut out some fun shapes, and kind of went with the color, like coordinating things according to their color. And I also pulled out what the other stuff I had from that collection, which was like a couple of sticker sheets, and I used that, like a couple of stickers also. And the final touches for this page were lots of puffy heart stickers. I had, I think, all the green ones I had left. These are from the Dear Lizzie Daydreamer collection. I bought one package, and then the other one I got with a Scraptastic kit. And I don't know, I didn't use the green one, so I jumped on this opportunity when I had green on my layout to use 3 out of the 4 I think that I have. And then I added a couple more stickers from one, like an older Studio Calico collection. I think it was the Sundrifter, or yeah, one of those, like an older one. and I'm not sure everything is on video, but you can see all the details in the still shots at the end. And I added the date with a roller date stamp, and that's kind of it. Oh, and a flare button, which I think is a 2 peas in a bucket exclusive flare, I think. And I mounted the whole layout using lots and lots of adhesive on 12 by 12, just a sheet of like this thin chipboard or thick cardstock, one of these pieces that you get that hold your kits or your papers when you order them, so they wouldn't get damaged. So I just used that because it's so sturdy and you can really flatten the page. And that's kind of it. So I hope you enjoyed this huge mess. It was really fun. I sure enjoyed making it. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you soon. Bye.